Welcome back to the program, Moms. Brent, it's always great to have Dr. Mordechai Kedar, Lieutenant Colonel Reserve Dr. Mordechai Kedar. He served for 25 years in IDF military intelligence. He specializes in Syria, Arab political discourse, Arab mass media, Islamic groups, Israeli Arabs, expert on the Muslim Brotherhood, and other Islamist groups. Dr. Mordechai Kedar, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you so much, Zev, for having me here.
Let me ask this, Dr. Kedar. The bombing or the Israel attempted to eliminate top leadership of Hamas that was in Qatar. They got lower. They didn't get the top people, at least as far as it's been reported. Was that something? Is that a game changer?
In Israel, there was a debate whether to do it or not. The Shabak was for it to extent, while the Mossad was against it. And maybe the results is because of the fact that the Mossad was not part of it, because the Shabak are much more inside Israel and inside the so-called Palestinian territories, while the Mossad is much better when it comes to other arenas all over the world, and we saw it during the last 77 years. So the Mossad should have been in charge of it, and not the Shabak. This is one thing. Second thing about attacking Qatar, as you see, there is a big question. How come Israel bombs in Lebanon, in Syria, in Yemen, and nobody says a boo? While once we attacked some Palestinian terrorists in Qatar, and not only Qatar is being outraged, the whole Arab world is outraged, and lo and behold, also people in America are outraged. And this is a mind-boggling. What's the difference between Qatar and Yemen?
Because Qatar is considered a United States ally. They play both sides of the fence, but they do a good job of trying to say, hey, we're the good guys when they're really the bad guys, but they get away saying that they're good guys.
Not only this, Qatar, which sponsors terrorism all over the world, Islamism all over the world, even in America, all kinds of organizations are sponsored by Qatar. Even, according to the IRS documents, even the Clinton Foundation is sponsored, at least partially, by Qatar. And even, Witkoff, the negotiator, is also connected financially with Qatar. So Qatar definitely buys people on right, left, and center. And right and left, and the center also. They buy everybody. And in Europe, they invest in governments, in companies, and many things. So
But there was a time they were buying Jews in the United States too for a while, right? Remember there was a whole scandal a number of years ago with money they were spending with lobbying with Jewish groups and getting them to go to Qatar. There was a whole big to-do.
Yes, and I let me give you a secret. One of those leaders whom I know personally called me before he went to Qatar and asked me whether he should go or not. So I gave him advice. Go to Qatar and give them hard time by questioning all kinds of questions, like it was before the war. It was like, I think 4 years ago, something like this. And I said, yes, you can go to Qatar and give them hard time by giving them hard questions. How come they support Hamas? How come they support the Al-Qaeda? Bin Laden, when he was still alive, all his videos and the audio recordings, his speeches to the world, were given to Al Jazeera, and Al Jazeera owned his own and broadcast from Qatar. Means he gave Qatar his recordings to broadcast it to the whole world. Means Qatar was the mouthpiece of Bin Laden. Ask them this question: how come you, Qataris, support so overwhelmingly, so wholeheartedly? How come you support terrorism all over the world? Yes, go and ask them these questions. Now, I never got back to him to ask whether he went and whether he actually posed those questions, and I might do it at some point.
Thank you for watching. If you like this content, you like our programs, please like and subscribe, as it helps the channel gets these important conversations out there to a larger audience. So please become a supporter of Talk Line with Zev Brenner by liking us, by supporting us, and telling all your friends to watch. Thank you.